Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison if you are new here. I do business and lifestyle videos because I am a college student, but I am also an owner of an online boutique which is called Ollie and Opal. You can find my boutique on Instagram at Ollie and Opal Boutique, or you can find me on Instagram at mtstrong25. But today I'm going to be doing a video on festival tips and tricks. I just went to my first festival about a week ago and I just really learned a lot of things that I didn't even think about, and I just felt like maybe if I made this video, y'all would not make the same mistakes as me. Thankfully I had a friend of mine there who was also a vendor, and she had a tent right next to me, so anytime something went wrong, she's a lot more experienced than I am, she kind of swooped in and helped me out. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things that I didn't do right, and I just want to save y'all from these mistakes too. And also, sorry about the lighting. I'm making this video at night because that is the only time I had to do it, and also I'm in front of my closet door because my room is a disaster, and also I'm trying to change my room around and I just don't really have a spot that I want to do it in, and this is the best place I could find right now. But yeah, so I'm about to show some clips of the festival and some pictures because I took pictures of how I set up my booth, and then also I took a few videos, so I'll show those now and then we'll get started on the tips and tricks. Hey guys, so I am on my way to the festival. I'm about to leave. I've got all my stuff in the back and it's 5:50 in the morning. I'm so tired. I'm running off 3.5 hours of sleep, but it's all gonna be okay. So I'll see you when we get there. So let's get started. I have my phone out because I don't want to forget anything, and all of these are just kind of in a random order, so just bear with me. But the first thing that I forgot, I didn't even think about buying this. I just never even thought I would need this. It's zip ties, y'all. Okay, so thankfully my friend that was the vendor next to us did have zip ties, because I had a clothing rack out with some dresses that I was trying to sell. And I also had a very pretty gold mirror on it, hanging on it, and the wind blew, y'all, and knocked the entire thing over and broke my brand new mirror. Now, if I would have had zip ties, which she actually gave me one of hers, I could have zip tied my rack to my tent, and then that wouldn't have happened, but I didn't think about that at the time, and now I have a broken mirror. And yeah, so just make sure you have zip ties, and that, because you might think, oh, I don't need any, but you never know when you're gonna need some, because I would have never thought of that. So then my second thing is to actually show the people who you're with your checkout system. So I brought both of my parents, and my dad went with me because my mom had to show up later because she was going to get my change for me. Long story, I'll tell you all that in a minute. But I showed him my checkout system, so if I needed to go get food or go use the restroom or something, and somebody came to buy something, he would know exactly how to use it, because obviously you don't want to be yeah, we can't check you out right now because the owner had to walk away to go to the bathroom. That's just awkward, and you don't want to have to deal with that, and it's not professional. Then another thing you need to bring is weights, and I say this for the tent. At the bottom of the tent, I borrowed my friend's tent, and she actually had weights that you connect to the poles. But if you don't have that, you need to find some type of weight, because ours was so windy that when the wind would blow, it was almost moving the tent with the weights too. So our tent would have been gone if we didn't have weights. And a lot of trade shows and festivals and stuff actually require you to have weights on your tent. But also something to think about is if you have jewelry displays and the wind gets bad, you need some way to like deal with those, because I didn't, and my jewelry display like just took a turn for the worse when the wind came through and knocked it all down. So like if you have tape or something, like use that, like figure that out before you get there. Because then my dad had to go get tape from the store that was nearby because I didn't have anything to try to like hold down my jewelry displays. Okay, and this next one, y'all are gonna be like, Madison, this is a no-brainer, but I'm telling you to remind you because I didn't think about this. Get your cash a couple of days before, because you obviously have to have cash like for these trade shows for the people that just bring cash, but get it a couple of days before so that you don't forget it. Because my mom texted me at like 9 o'clock at night the night before my festival and said, Madison, did you get cash? And I was like, no. So I don't know what I was thinking, because maybe I just thought I was going to go to the ATM in the morning, but you can only get like a certain amount out of the ATM, and you need like ones and stuff, and you can't do that. So my mom had to, that's why she was late, because she had to wait in my hometown to go to the bank to get the cash that I needed, and then she had to drive to the festival. Now, if I would have thought about it sooner and I would have gotten my cash a few days before, we could have avoided that whole problem, but I didn't think about it, because you're going to get overwhelmed with all the things you got to do, and the cash is just going to like go out the window. So then another thing is, be prepared for any of the weather that might come along. Like we had a torrential like downpour while we were there, and it was so bad, y'all, because I knew it was like a 40% chance of rain, but I didn't even think about how, like if it rained, like how was I going to get the stuff packed up? How was I going to get it back to my car without everything getting soaked? Like I should have had like a plan in place, and I didn't. And then we ended up getting wet. My stuff ended up getting wet, and it was just a rough time. But thankfully there was like a little break that we could like run everything to the car. But you need, like if there's not a break, like you need to have a plan set in place of who's going to do what, so you can get it out and you don't get soaked. Then another thing, and I didn't do this and I got very lucky, bring like your business papers, because like you have to check in, like so you know where your like tent is and stuff. And they could like ask for like proof of your business, and like I didn't even think about this till I got up there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't have anything to prove that like I'm the owner of Ollie and Opal. And if you don't, like they might require that. So if you like even think they might require it, like take it with you just to be safe. That's what I'm gonna do next time. And then another thing is your card reader. If you have an online website, it's a little bit different like if you don't have an online website, but if you're like me and you have an online website, you need to make sure that you order your card reader very far in advance, because I use my platform's Shopify, so I like bought the Shopify card reader so it would like connect to my inventory, and I bought it a week before, and it said I bought it like Sunday and my festival was on like the next Saturday. So I like gave myself like 5 business days thinking that would be enough. And it said like 2 to 5 business days. So I was like, oh, it'll be here Friday, like no big deal. And because honestly I just kept forgetting to buy it. Like, I don't know why, it's like the biggest part. But so it didn't come in on Friday. And so I didn't have a card reader, and I had to run to Target and get the little square card reader, which didn't connect to my Shopify inventory. So then every time I made a sale, I had to change my inventory, and it was a very rough time. And then my card reader came in on Sunday or Monday, and I was like, good. It came in way too late. So make sure you buy that like weeks in advance so you know you have it. Then the last thing that I'm going to remind you to bring that you might not think about is bring like portable chargers, because I brought 2, because my phone dies so quickly. So if like yours does too, like you don't want your phone to die and then not to be able to check people out. Like, what are you going to do? Like, you may as well pack up and leave if you can't use your phone. So make sure you have those. I'd at least bring 1, if not 2, if your phone's like mine and it dies constantly. I'd bring 2 just to be safe. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope that was some helpful tips that you won't make the same mistakes as I did. and I hope you really enjoyed it. So if you did, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!